Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Mustafa Shaban and we're going today to study shell basics together. So, in the end of this video, you will be able to solve the quiz on internet and solve the tests and solve the problems, main problems. You will get 100% inshallah. Let's start. We will open. So, this is shell basics. What is the shell? The shell is a program that takes commands from the keyboard and gives them to the operating system to perform it as Unix, which is a user interface, or graphical user interface (GUIs) as Windows and command line interfaces. You must know these things. It will be uh, it will be general knowledge for you, but it will be useful. Okay, on Linux, the most used program and which acts as a shell program is called bash, which meaning is born again shell, BASH, by Steve Byrne. What is the terminal? We know what is the shell. So the shell takes commands from the keyboard and gives them to the operating system to perform it as Unix interface. So it's user interface. So what is the terminal? The terminal is a program called terminal emulator. This is a program that opens a window and lets you interact with the shell, as what we will see. Let's open our virtual machine, which is Ubuntu 23. So if we apps, this is the terminal. So the window which are here, this is the terminal. But we came here, so the terminal is a program called terminal emulator. This is a program that opens a window and lets you interact with the shell. So like genome, terminal, console, exterm, and so on, they all do the same thing. They give us access to a shell session. Okay, so the terminal is a method for using the shell. Okay, they give us access to a shell session. When you open the terminal window, the first thing you should see is a shell prompt that contains username at machine name, which is Linux. As we can see here, Mustafa Shaban is the username, at Mustafa Shaban is the machine name. I named it with that. So it's named, this what's here should be Linux, not Mustafa Shaban, but I named it this way. So the first thing here is your username at machine name. You can use mouse in the terminal easily. You can use different commands as print working directory, will print your current working directory. If we say ls, list the files exist in the current directory, it will show these. So we have a history for the commands. If I use the arrows up and down, I will see ls, up again I will see pwd, down ls, down, the same I was in. So I want you to know, if the last character of your shell prompt is hash, I say your shell prompt, which is terminal, that mean you are a root rather than dollar sign are here, mean that you are a dollar, means that you have the user privileges. But when this dollar be hash, as we see, if it's hash, so you are super administrative, you have administrative privileges. This means that you have administrative privileges that can be dangerous, since you are able to delete or overwrite any file on the system. It's dangerous, really. Unless you absolutely need administrative privilege, do not operate as the super user. Or I will give you a great small tip, which is the focus. This method will be very useful for you if you are using many windows like this. I have this window for PDF on Windows virtual machine. So I will give you a tip. This tip will be very useful with you. Okay. First of all, open the start menu and choose the control panel. And open control panel and come to ease of access. Go to ease of access. There is ease of access. Go to mouse make the mouse easier to use. And you have here activate a window by hovering over it with the mouse. When you activate this, when you go to any new window or another window, it will be activated automatically. You don't need to push left click to do it. It will be automatically. Okay, so we must push apply at first. So let's try it. It's very amazing. It will be useful for you too. Okay, so I'm here pointer to the PDF. If I made this, it's automatically been automated without clicking. This is the clicking. I didn't click. I made this and it's activated automatically. Okay, it will be useful for all ALX students. As you know, you have to open two windows to learn something new or to apply something. It will be useful for you. Let's complete. What is the command? Any command on Linux or Unix consists of command hyphen option arguments. Command, name of the command. This is the name of the command. Okay, hyphen option one or more adjustments to the commands. Say مثلا v hyphen version. I want to know the version of the v. Arguments, one or more things upon which the command operates. Okay, what is the navigation? Those new to the command line will need to pay close attention. If you're new on the command prompt, you need to know many things about navigation to be useful. If you get stuck here and wasn't know how to exit, it will be hard for you. As you know, pwd print working directory, we made it pwd printing working directory, which is home Mustafa Shaban. I'm standing here in the home. So you have also ls list files and directories. So if I wrote ls enter, it listed all files and directories. I don't have files here. So cd change directory. I want to get into music. I will cd m tab. I want you to use tab very. It's a very product. So when you write the first char, you can push tab. It will complete it to you. Then enter. You will be changed. ls. I don't have anything here. If I write cd, only cd, it will get me to the home. pwd home Mustafa Shaban. cd will be useful with you, as you know that on Windows you have folder and in this folder you have folder, and in folder you have many folders and so on. The same in Linux, but it's easier to move and change directories. As if I was in template t tab. If I pushed enter, I'm in templates. If I say pwd, okay, and took this copy, I'm taking copy from the terminal by using click يمين, right click. Okay, it's being right. Okay, if I right click again, paste, he put it here. If I said cd at the first file, it will get me to that. If I said cd cd music tab, okay, it will get me here. If I say cd and paused, it will move me direct to the templates. Okay, it's obvious here. cd only will get you to the home again. So I have here some things. If I said cdu templates, as so it will be cd user. I will go to the user. cd dot will get you one back step. If I gone to the templates again, okay, and make a directory. Okay, they're making a directory. Okay, say temp only, tempo, enter, and clear, or I have clear or control L. It makes the same as clear. If I said ls and cd tempo, so I'm here in tempo. If I say it cd only, it will get me to the home. But if I added dot dot, if I add dot dot here, dot dot, it will get me one back directory. cd dot dot get me one back directory. Okay, as you know, cd nothing will get you one back directory. So cd hyphen tempo. So if I say cd dot dot, I will get back one directory. If I want to get back to the last directory, I will say cd hyphen. It will get you the to the last. It's like redo or undo. If I made it again, it will get me in, again out, again in, again out, and so on. Okay, as we say, you can use Control L to clear the screen, as you see. Control L or clear. Control L is easier. I want you to know that file names start with the period char, which is dot, are non-seen, okay? Are hidden and won't listed with ls, but with ls hyphen a it will be listed. Okay, let's make one. I will cd to tempo again and touch, which is making a new file. Okay, ls I won't see it. No, I didn't add a dot, which is a char dot. I want to add dot at the first step. Okay, if I said ls, I will see that which without the char dot. But if I said ls hyphen a, enter it, get it. I will rm dot tab dot g tab ls hyphen a. It will show these only, and this is deleted. cd to get back, Control L there. I want you to know that file names in Linux are case sensitive, so that file 1 isn't the same as file 1, which is lower. This is upper. Okay, notice that. Linux don't care about file extension. It means that you may write file.txt and it's a photo. Linux know that it's a photo, not text file. Okay, he know that. The system is knowing that without your extension is useless. The system know which type of file did this, and he make it as he know. And we will see later how to know the type of files you have. The last thing I want you to know about the names: ls cd template tab cd tempo tab. I want you to know that if you're naming you're making touch for a new file and naming it, your name is Ahmad Osman. This will make two files. The space between the created file is not permitted. You can do two things. You can delete it and put underscore. This is one, and this is preferable. But you can make it Ahmad Osman with space, but you must add double quotation and enter. If you said ls Ahmad Osman and he define it in single quotations. If I said Ahmad Osman without this quotation, it will make two files, Ahmad and Osman. ls Osman is here, Ahmad is here. Clear. ls rm, this is for deleting files and directories. If you're deleting a file, write the name directly. If you're deleting a directory, you must write -r so that it delete the directory. I will delete some files. G for jet ignore, and tab again, a capital for Ahmad, tab a capital Ahmad مسافة. I must when using it I put and tab Ahmad مسافة tab Osman. Okay, then Osman, clear. ls it's empty. cd dot to get back one step. Okay, ls I don't want tempo. rm -r for deleting a directory. t tab ls cd for go to home. So if I have created a file, whether you named it with text, png, and any extension, as I mentioned, that don't care about file extensions. Okay, when you say ls, it lists files and directories in the current directory. When you write list view text files, you are viewing the text files. Okay, let's go to templates again. cd templates tab. Let's create some files with text. Sorry for that. I forget to write touch, which making a new file. It's for file only. Touch for file, make directory for directory. So I will write again touch file2 dot text ls. I will write less missing file name. You must write less file1 1 tab dot text. Okay, so we have a file here. he viewing it to you. To quit a list, you push Q, it getting it out. Clear? Let's deal a little bit about list. List, as you know, list the files in the working directory. List the files in the bin directory. Let's try it. I'm here in templates. I'm not in bin directory, so I want to know and list the files in the bin in this directory. I will say ls/bin. No, there are a slash. Okay, it listed all files in the bin directory. Okay, I will click on Control L. It deleted all. So if you want to list files in another directory, you don't have to go to that directory. All what you need to do is ls the directory name or the directory title. Okay, here you asking him with ls-l to list the files in the working directory in a long format. If I say it ls-l, it will list it in a long format. This is the name, this is the time I edited it. Okay, this is the time I created it or edited it, and this is the time the group. This is the group, and this is its owner. Okay, and this for permissions. Okay, Control L. You can also make the same ls-l with the any directory you want. If you want to give him many title for directories and ask him to list all files in long format, he will do it for you. You don't to go to 20 directory to get specific files from many directories. You can list all of them and pull them. Okay, we will know with move. You will use move and copy and many things else. As I explained for you, ls-l, which is a long format. This is the file name. Here we have the file name in the first section from the right. The second is modification time, الوقت, the time you edited the file. Then you have the size for each file of them. You have here 5743 and so on. This is for the group. This is for the owner. Okay. File permission. These for permissions. Okay. Okay, what is list? This will display the file text one up and down to go to one screen up or one screen down in the file you viewed with the list. Okay, if you want to quit, as we mentioned, you can write only Q. You want to go to the end of the file, you write G. Beginning of the file 1G. Backslash characters, search forward in the text file for an occurrence of the specified characters. Okay, file. What is file? It recognizes the types of the file. As I mentioned for you that shell don't care about the extensions. He recognizes the file. What is this file? Is PNG or XLX, Excel, PowerPoint, or what? He know it with its own system. You don't need to add .txt at the end of a text file to know it. He know it by its nature. Okay, it recognizes the types of the file are existed in your working directory regardless what you have named your file with. It recognize most types of. Okay, we will have tower in a shelf. Let's take the tower together. If you wrote, I want you to know that if you reach it for this, you are in the root directory. If I told you that cd slash, I ask you to go to the root. He now is in the root. How did you know? This sign is for the root. This sign is for the home. This is for home, root. If I say pwd, he will say that you are in the room. But if I were here and asked him to pwd, he will print Mustafa Shaban working directory. Okay, I will list files are existing in the root. I will clear Control L at first and then ls. It will show the directories of the system, which is bin, div, home, library 32, library x32, media, boot root, spin, serve system, user, var, temp, and many things. Let's go and see what slash, as we mentioned, the root directory where the file system begins. Slash boot, this is where the Linux kernel and the bootloader file are kept. It's saved at the boot. If we say cd boot, we will get in it. Dangerous. I make a caution for you, don't play with it, okay? These files related to the system, which is kernel, okay? If we say cd dot dot, we are in the root again, ls, okay, slash, etc., the directory that contains the configuration files for the system. All of the files and etc. should be text files. All files here, text files. Let's see it, cd, etc. ls file, not file. File. Okay, we'll go out now and come back later. Okay, slash bin slash user bin. These two directories contain most of the programs for the system. Sbin and user sbin contain program for system administration. When you say slash zero user, the directory contains a variety of things that support user applications. User local and its subdirectories are used for the installation of software and other files for use on the local machine. Okay, this is local, user local. The var directory contains files that change as the system is running. Library is another directory. The shared libraries similar to the LLS in that other operating system are kept here. Some libraries are kept here. Home is where users keep their personal work. As we know that home, which is signed like this tilde. Okay. Root, this is the super user's home directory. Temp is a directory in which programs can write their temporary files. Only temporary files. The div directory is a special directory since it does not really contains files in the usual sense. Rather, it contains the files that are available. Okay, and proc, okay, and media, and so on. Commands for commands. I use these commands to deal with commands and use the commands. Okay, let's use one of these commands. Okay, let's get out of the root as the root is dangerous. Okay, cd home. This is the sign for home. Okay, clear. Let's go and see what the problem. Type display information about command type. I say that in the beginning that these commands for the commands. So when I say type, ask me for ls. I will tell you ls is alias to list color equal auto. Ask me for type of make directory. I will tell you make directory is hashed user bin make directory. Okay, you know type, so I will which locate a command which ls which. Okay, let's try it. Which ls بيقول لك tell you that the ls its directory are here. It's in user bin ls. Okay, I have a file for ls in the bin in user in the root of the Linux. Clear, complete. Help display reference page for shell built-in. If I said help -m cd, he will give you some help about cd. Make directory, as I mentioned you, -help, he will give you help about make directory. Man, it's a manual. Display an online command reference man ls. He will get the manual for you about ls. It is a manual for ls. Okay, and when you write q, it will get you out. Clear? It's great and amazing. Command types. I have 4 types of commands. I have an executable program. I have a command built into the shell itself. I have a shell function. I have an alias. You know, I can make alias, and I will see you how to make an alias later. Or we did it in another video. And the command built in as ls and make directory. These some types of command, but a shell function, which we are using an executable program. We can make a program that executable and dot slash the file, and it will be executed. Okay, this, as we will know a little bit about the bash. Okay, manipulating file. We can manipulate file. Why use the old command line program? Power and flexibility. you can make many things and widely and more productive than doing it on Windows. So while it is easy to perform simple, you can make it on Windows with similar and simple tool that you can use on Windows, and it's easy. Simple file manipulations with a graphical file manager. Complicated tasks can be easier with the command line. CP for copy files and directories. MV move or rename files and directories. Remove. We made a video for that before, which was about shell navigation. Make directory also, we did it today. And this this make with you many productive things. When I run anything about the C programming, I say gcc *.c. It compiled all C files. If I did it as it will compile all HTML files. Okay, so I have wildcards as asterisk matches any characters. I may add letters before it or after it, and it will trying to match some letters after it or about it. Okay, matches any single character. If I know that the single, but I don't know, I know sin from the single, I don't know the three other characters, I put here question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay, then characters, not characters, match any character that is not a member of the set. Asterisk with files, all file names. Only asterisk, it will give you all file names. G asterisk, all file name that begin with the character G. B asterisk dot text start with B and end with dot text. Okay, data and استفهام. I have a word start or a file start with data, and I don't know the last three characters, so he will complete it for you and get it for you if you search on ABC asterisk. I want any file start with one of these three, A or B or C. Any file name that begins with A or B or C followed by any other characters. I have here upper asterisk. Upper here mean that I want any file that begins with an uppercase letter. This is an example of character. Okay, backup dot بعدين backup dot then. This is not useful. I made it to show that you the command. I write backup dot then directly this and directly this without these. Okay, any file name that begins with the characters backup dot followed by exactly two numbers. I have two numbers. I want it in the file followed by it. Okay, asterisk not lower anything not upper, don't get it, and get everything upper. Any file not end lowercase. Any file not end lowercase. Okay, copy files. CB file 1 file 2. I will copy all things and file 1 to file 2. It's okay, you know it. If you want to get into the shell navigation more and copy and these things, you can see the last video. Move file name 1 and file name 2. Remove file 1 and file 2. Move files to a directory. Move file renaming it to move directory to different directory. It's not rename, it's wrote the fault, but it's not rename. Okay, it's remove rm file, remove multiple files. rm-r directory, remove multiple directories. rm asterisk to delete all backups for a file called file. This is not a home. rm asterisk this sign mean that the backups delete all asterisk meaning all backups which end with backups. Okay, question about remove. Linux does not have an undelete command, so be careful before deleting anything. You may make a big repository or a big project and delete one file. It will make you lose many things. Okay, be careful. Make directory to create directories. mkit. We have here some shortcuts for the bash. We want to know if we wrote bash -- version to know which version it is. If I wrote bash -- version version, it's in Genobase version 5.2.15.1 and so on. He tells you about the version of the bash file. Control L to clear, and then Control L like clear. Control plus S stop all output. If you have an output and it's giving many outputs, you can stop with Control S. Or you can close the command with the stop the command itself with Control C. Control A or home get to beginning of the line. Control E end of the line. Alt B go backward word. Alt F forward word. Control D delete characters under the cursor. Control H. These things you maybe learn it in the Emacs. So you can set the bash program to be like Emacs, or you can set it to be like V, as you love. The easier program you are using for text editing, you can set it to the bash also, and it won't be like this. It will be like V or like Emacs. Okay, how to set it? You can use set-o v to make it like v editor, or set-o emacs to make it like Emacs. I think that it's like Emacs. These for Emacs. Okay, so the bash here like Emacs, set it to Emacs. You can make it set it to v bash. You have here something called LTS. It's a long-term support for the Ubuntu. I want you to know that. Okay, let's get in bash. I have something called shebang. Shebang tell you that when a text file with a shebang is used as if it is an executable. So I tell you that it's an executable. In a Unix-like operating system, the program loader mechanism parses the rest of the file's initial line as an interpreter directive. The loader executes the specified interpreter program, passing to it as an argument the path that was initially. We will learn about arguments later in C programming, used when attempting to run the script so that the program may use the file as input data. Okay, we will shebang bin sh execute the file using the prawn shell. Shebang bin bash execute the file using the here the shell, sh for the shell but bash for bash. Okay, shebang user bin env Python 3 execute a Python interpreter using the env program search path to find it. Shebang false do nothing but return a non-zero exit states. Okay, let's write a file in bash. This is bash scripting, so let's write one. I will make touch symbol.sh. Okay, I will v it symbol.sh and write shebang slash bin slash bash echo. I know that echo print on the screen. Echo hello world. Then dot slash symbol dot sh permission denied. We must have a permission. So change mode plus x for execution. Okay, for symbol dot sh. Then say the last, yes, this. It echoed hello world. I don't know why he doing this, but he doing this like this. He want to do this again, but when I close the terminal and open it. But I want you to know that when you will run this with dot slash symbol dot sh, it will get this only. This won't be. This is a repetition. I don't know why it is clear. And we are here finished our video. Thank you. See you later. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.